Welcome to another marvelous episode of CFB Nation. I am joined with the governor, the mayor, and myself. I'm still trying to find out my nickname.
We'll get one. We'll get you one.
We'll get one soon. We live from the Reese's Senior Bowl in Mobile, Alabama. And the sun is no joke out here. On today's episode, we're going to talk about all we do is win. Win, and winners. Players that showed out today on our first day watching the Senior Bowl. Coverage in their practices from the American and the national side. So, as we like to say, sit back, relax, enjoy yourself as the governor and the mayor, and we don't know yet.
Mr. Vibes.
Keep you covered and keep you live. So, Jake Haener.
Oh, boy.
He's my favorite quarterback today. I love the way the ball moved out of his hands.
677 RPMs.
Yep. They have like the live stats that you can check in and update through the Zebra app and everything. That was really clutch and a great addition for the Senior Bowl this year. Or I don't know how long they've been doing it, but it was great for me to see this.
Yeah.
It just popped. Like you can see it pop and jump out of his hands all the time. That is something that stood out to me as far as all of the quarterbacks that played. I just love the fact that even though Jake is smaller in stature, KT's comp, we was talking like while we were watching the practices, like Drew Brees is the comp, but like we didn't want to be lazy when we come.
It's easy one, the layup.
Right. And we saw that like he can still put the ball into tight windows, even with like a bigger offensive line, especially on his team with the DeJuan Joneses of the world and Cody Mock. So yeah, that was great to see him out there, especially in the team portions of drills. He's who I'll kick it off and start with first for one of the big winners today.
KT.
So, of course, we're big Jake Haener fans. We call him the legend. We've been calling him the legend for a little while now. I think this quarterback race today was kind of like a useless race. It was almost like, I'm the biggest crayon. Why does that even matter? As long as the crayon color, it really doesn't matter. So, in a useless competition, he probably did look better than the rest of the quarterbacks today. I have to say that.
Yeah, the QB play today was hurting on the eyes. All right, but he stood out a little bit. For me, I like Nick Hampton from Appalachian State. He's going into the draft in the Senior Bowl as a linebacker.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about this both. We seen him on the interior line, and he was eating. He ain't the biggest gentleman either. So and this is what I like about Senior Bowl. They put him in different positions that these guys just want to get out there, get exposure. So playing interior defensive line, a dude who plays linebacker, and doing it well, I want to see some more. I need to see more because
in my veins.
Yeah, I was loving it. I also loved another defensive guy, Ivan Pace Jr., linebacker out of Cincinnati. He's like a brick shit house.
Yeah.
Pardon my friend. That dude he's small, compact, but his motor, bro. His motor, like a little kid's toy. You wind that thing up, it don't stop. He just goes. He's like a little pack right in there. He's just banging away. Running backs fear him because they know it's going to be a little competition. You're going to be muscling your way to get by him. So another guy I want to see next tomorrow's practice is Ivan Pace Jr. Well, who's another guy you like?
Puka.
Yeah.
You know.
I know there's a Puka fan base that's out there. It seems to be growing and growing and growing more and more. But if we watched the coverage today for the first practice, I don't know how long would you say? Like, what would you say it was? He kept it up there, his play for the entire practice, or do you feel like he kind of dipped out there at a certain point?
I think after the dive, he had I'll go like 35, 40 minutes, but he was just balling out, right?
Yeah.
I think after the dive, we almost caught that ball down the left sideline. It was beautiful. I think he kind of dialed it back a little bit because we did see a couple wide receivers and McIntosh kind of get a little dinged up. Xavier Hutchinson in the end zone on that play. He looked like he might have hurt his ankle or his wrist a little bit. He was a little, you know what I mean? So I think once they felt a little tweakage or a possibility of like, well, maybe I want to dial it back a little bit. I'm just supposed to be boosting my stock, not hurting myself. But yeah, Puka. We said, we were good on that. I think we all agreed Adam Thielen is a nice comp for Puka the way he played today.
Yeah, very smooth. I love how he releases and gets out of his routes. My favorite, I'll talk about him later. KT, who stood out to you today?
A guy I heard nobody talking about is Julius Brents, cornerback from Kansas State. He's a competitor. He held quarterbacks to where they tried to throw on him. And this is the Big 12, so a 48.3 quarterback rating for most of the year. He's a competitor. Even on routes, he got beat on. During the American practice, he was still fighting. I believe he made a play on a ball on the sideline, was able to get an interception. He was really the only cornerbacks to swag you. Like, that's what cornerbacks do. We talk trash. Pretty boys. He was the only one out there talking
and chirping and like excited after he made a play, or even after he did burgers.
He was talking to the refs like,
they were like, "Yo, Chop."
He got that competitive spirit, and that's all you want to see from a cornerback. So he's somebody I'm definitely keeping an eye on for day 2.
I spoke earlier on the P2P show about John Michael Schmidt from Minnesota being outstanding. I think he's going to give Cody a run for his money for the rest of this Senior Bowl. Listen, Cody's a guy, right? The fact that he could transition to center and still dominate, I'm all in. I want to see what he's got. He just a big country boy. It just seems like this is what he naturally does. It comes easily to him, and I want to see him progress the rest of this week and see what we can get from him.
When you look up football player in a dictionary, Cody Marcus. 100%.
He's a football player.
He definitely he's better than advertised. That's one thing we talked about. Cody Mark is better than advertised. We see the small school syndrome. When we think because a kid came from a small school, then that means that they wouldn't be able to compete against the other guys from bigger schools out there. But Cody was staying attached to his block. He was whistle to whistle, though, pretty much all the plays that I seen. And he even got a pancake on your guy.
I know.
I can't even mention the guy's name because we're not talking about anything.
We're not talking about going down. We're talking about going up, right?
I can't mention it, but he looked really, really good today.
So who we say build their stock the most today?
Tajay Spears, Evan Hall,
Puka,
Tank Dell.
I'm biased.
I think I'm about to say
I'm biased.
Adele is the only person I really don't want to talk about because how great he was today. Like, I can't say one bad thing about Adele today.
The only thing I could point out if I wanted to nitpick Nathaniel Dell in his performance on day 1, he had a muff punt.
Bro. And we're gonna search for that to be the bad thing.
One muff punt.
A muff punt, bro. That's crazy.
And I looked at it, I'm like, he should have caught that. But other than that, it's hard press to come by. He'll be up there. But I know we mentioned Evan, but Evan for Northwestern running back, a problem. Yeah. Smooth like butter. In and out of fluid. So you talk about it. He's so fluid. Those would be the two that would stick out to me.
And Evan Hall is a great human being. Period.
So I happen to sit down with Brian Bosage, right? And we all know he's from down here, and he's a South Carolina Gamecocks guy, right? We're talking Bagnet, and he's like, "Yo, he's throwing passes and they're popping. We see his hands popping." It was almost like an omen. He throws the pick,
and then everything
to his dude from South Carolina, Darius Rush, and I go, "Oh, your guy." He goes, "Come on now. What else did you expect?" It was just timely. And then right after that, we spoke with Jared. Bagnet just fell apart.
It just came.
But Rush looked good, and he didn't get no talk going into this game, right? I want to see what he does tomorrow. I want to see if he's in Bagnet's head when Bagnet's goes, because he's gonna be like, "Oh, that dude made me look stupid today." Yeah. So I might try to stay away from him, and he could get eaten up by another guy on the other side. So I want to see him. DJ Johnson from Oregon, he a big boy. Yes. I think he played well. I think he outperformed a lot of guys above him. I think he blew Overstock out the water. Like I said, I think Overstock was a cardboard box out there. He was stiff. But I want to see some more. We knew going into this that it was going to be an offensive show. Because you get 6 seconds. It's not really a pass rush to throw the ball. You better be the lockdown of lockdowns if you think you'll be covering these guys for 6 seconds running on the field.
Yes.
But some of these guys on the line and some of these linebackers were eating. I want to see if they can keep that up tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure. I can't stop thinking about Tank Dell. I'm gonna go to sleep thinking about this man. I'm gonna have lovely dreams thinking about him and his release game and how he just creates separation effortlessly.
They look like 5'10" to you?
He plays bigger than 5'10".
He plays bigger than the weight too.
Yeah.
And he's not. It felt. What's his list away? What?
Well, I think it was 155, 155 or something like that.
Nah,
He's
bigger.
bigger. He played bigger. I mean, we went to he's a skinny guy. You know, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying he's back of bones. He got muscle to him. But for the position that he plays, you know what I mean? Like,
who's your comp for him?
Antonio Brown.
What was Brown though? 6 feet?
I know, but I'm not.
No. The way he gets off the line, the way he beats his coverage.
Yeah.
Antonio
you
Brown.
you can't deny Antonio Brown. It's the same thing.
But will GMs look at the 5'10", 155?
It's similar. Before AB pulled
everybody holds weight differently. That's the weirdest thing. Because how big is D-Jax?
What, Deshaun Jackson?
Yeah,
he got to be 175.
He can't be more than.
Yeah, I think he plays at 175.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So,
but Tank is what you showed me today is the release game is
stupid.
He has different. It's like he's
on skates.
Like he comes out of the breaks. And it's like poetry in motion.
He said it was his release game, right? He said it like he prides himself on releasing.
He works on that with this team.
Oh, you could tell.
You could tell. And I just love how he just creates separation. But deeper than that, the AB comp, I watched Antonio Brown in his prime, and I'm looking at Tank Dell, and I'm like, yo, he's doing this against these corners at the Senior Bowl. But how would we match up with number one corners in the league and everything? The thing that was hard for me to see was okay, we saw Rasheed Rice, we saw Puka, we saw some of the other receivers, Dontavian Wicks, and we saw that
Reed,
Jaden. We saw there at moments it was they had to fight off of corners and everything. It felt like nobody touched Dale.
No.
Let's be really transparent for a moment. Darius Davis did a phenomenal job in the punt return game. He and Dell are close in size.
Right.
And we seen how Dell was able to maneuver the release, like you said, and we seen how difficult it was. Julius Brents was one of them corners. He put them paws on Darius.
Darius looked like suspect. He looks sus. He looks sus in today's practice. I'll say that. Yeah. You mentioned Wicks. Yes. I think Wicks balled out. I think he rose his stock a little bit. He made a couple of catches in the slot. He looked good. X looked good. I think X pulled it back a little bit after that play in the end zone. We kind of got a little dinged up, which we understand. You know what I mean? Like we said, these guys aren't trying to go out there and beat themselves up. Another guy, I told you I was walking the other side of the field. I got to go see tight ends, right? Ron Payne?
Yes.
Purdue?
Yes.
Bro, 6'5", 245, 248. Yeah. Man, he's for a big man like that, he was giving a little shake, windmill over the top, and just breaking in his release, and they were peppering him. He looked good. Josh Meyer looked good. Those two gentlemen, they are big boys. All right. I know they're not high market tight ends. You know, everybody's talking about Luke Musgrave and everything.
I'm about to say this is a deep tight end.
I think so. Yeah. I would have to agree. I want to see what they
can do.
Do a
whole segment on tight ends.
Yeah. So many sleepers.
So let's in day 2 is our day 3 here, but day 2 of practices. Give me a guy that you want to either see improve or somebody that you're excited to see tomorrow, other than the guys we gave a bunch of credit to today.
I need Overstock to go up. I need to see some wiggle. I need to see some be able to move and he was like this. You know, he looked like he was just moving up like this. And I would like to see if Malik Cunningham can break the sickness and give us some good QB play, because outside of the legend, it scared me a little bit though when he was behind center. He eye level right above dude's buttocks. I didn't realize he was that small. You know what I mean? But he 677 RPMs on the throw. You got strength. You can throw the rocks. So I would like to see Malik though. I know you wanted to see Malik.
Yeah.
And obviously didn't show up today. He's sick. But maybe you can shake that and come in tomorrow.
I need Marcus Freeman, if he isn't already here. I need him to come here. Legitimately, I need him to talk to Jared Patterson
and Isaiah
Foskey. I need him to come talk and I'm rooting for those guys tomorrow. I want to see them win. Patterson, I don't know the history of his knees, but he had 2 really big braces.
Yeah, he did.
On his knees. And I think the kid, Severa, however you
Yep.
say his name, the kid from Miami that
Yes.
transferred to Arizona State, he beat him badly a couple times.
Yeah.
Made him fall.
Yeah. And then we seen with DeJuan Jones.
He was eating.
Yeah.
He's apparently the talk of the town right
Yeah.
now. He's the O lineman outside of John Michael Schmitz that they're talking about. His stock is
I
going
think
up.
I think if he continues to have a great Senior Bowl camp, I think his Senior Bowl, his stock will be affected most by the Senior Bowl than anybody else, because somebody may take a chance on him.
He could be up there with Peter Shawansky and Broderick Jones come draft time, because this is going to rise him. You hit that combine, you stop throwing the weight on 35 times at 225. You know what I mean? He ain't gonna be fast, but you give him a decent 40 time, a little bit of 3.
And his measurables is already
Bro.
released.
Yes,
it was released before we even got here.
Yeah.
His wingspan.
They couldn't keep that in. They couldn't. Yeah,
Did
they
he have
couldn't
11-inch hands, something like that.
George.
It was George.
It got me close to 11-inch hands, right? Jones.
Oh.
See, 11 plus.
Wow.
Bro, we said it. We said it. Lyman with over 10. I'm in. Yeah, I'm in.
Wingspan out of this world. His numbers are crazy. DeJuan Jones. I'll give 2 players that I want to see more from. On defense, Andre Carter. I definitely need to see more of, because it was too much today for my eyes.
Too much pancaking, too much getting thrown to the ground for a big gentleman like that. 6'6", 266.
It's because he's in a weird position. He's in a weird position.
Where would you put him? You put him at edge, or you drop him back to linebacker?
I don't know after today.
Same thing with Foskey, right? Foskey said he was willing to play linebacker, but I'm scared of him playing linebacker if that's how he's going to play.
Nino, I have like this feeling in my gut that I'm strongly concerned.
Yeah. You looked at me like
I was fearful, because I'm like, okay, look, you not only are you at a service school, so Army.
Yes.
A team has to factor that into everything when they draft you.
For sure.
They gave him papers, he's allowed to go.
Right. So that's one element. Then the hybrid mix, where either you're a linebacker or you're a DN, can you play the 5, the 7, the 9? Can you stand straight up at the 6? Like, can you play high linebacker? He was working out with the linebacker and doing drills, but it was like, after
he got torn apart,
after they moved him to the line, it was like I saw him get washed down by Cody Mock pancake. I saw him get stifled by DeJuan Jones, and I'm like, this is the same.
Could I ease your pain a little bit? Because we trust me, we feel you, because we're big fans of this guy.
Yeah, I boosted him up.
So we seen the Philadelphia Eagles. They got 70 sacks this season.
Yeah,
we seen the trend in the NFL that there's mass subs. Just in order the Bills do it as well. Yeah, like, could he be successul in that type of scheme where
50% snaps?
Yeah, no, I mean, maybe not even
like Gregory Rousseau type deal, like 40-50, just like
purely rush the pass.
For
scheme. I don't see how he could defend a run.
No,
I just don't.
For scheme,
his own feet.
I think scheme would be second most important, more than the coach staff, because they're gonna have to teach him how to use his hands and develop not only his first move but his second move, his counter move to whatever he's doing. Because right now it seems like he was able to beat people just because he's just bigger than everybody. And now when you have Andre Carter in a situation where you're going up against a 6'8" DeJuan Jones or some of these that other kid
79.
Yes,
73, right?
I cannot remember his name. Right?
Like this kid from BYU.
Yes.
79 had a white jersey on with orange numbers. I'll find it, but yeah, he was a giant.
Yeah,
he was bigger than DeJuan Jones, at least in height.
Yeah, that's
at least in height. However, those are the things. So I think it's more so about helping him develop his move. So when he does come on third down situations or rotation, like if he was on the Eagles, he won't just be stifled at the first attempt of trying to do a bull rush or a dip and rip. Like
game would just get flustered trying to cover running back on the flat. Like Jameer Gibbs would make that dude look stupid.
And that's my biggest concern on offense. I need to see more from Roschon Johnson, and I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to second that.
I thought it.
That's what she said.
Some people on the internet talking them up.
They watching the game with their eyes closed?
I'm not going to say what brand they represent.
I don't know.
I'm not going to say what brand they represent, but
they're talking who up?
There are
Roschon?
people from a particular website that are saying he's moving up their board.
Yeah,
Roschon Johnson?
They said he's top 6. I have him top.
If you have
maybe
Roschon
top
Johnson,
he might be top 6
from the bottom.
at the senior.
He's top 6 from the bottom.
Dude.
I don't want to be that
He's
person.
top 6 on the national team.
I want to be that person.
He's top 6 in the national team.
There's only 4.
I don't want to be that person.
Yeah, we don't want. We're not trying to bag on him, but what we seen.
No, for sure. But I think one of the things we initially said coming out first was like, "Hey, Roschon, like on film, you look like big, like, but then when you see him in person, it's like
he's top heavy.
top, and then like legs. Let's just put it to your perspective. I tweeted out, and Nino was talking about it earlier. I was like, Chase Brown
Yes.
looks like he's chiseled out of granite.
Mhm.
He has the short.
Oh, the way up. They were
It
Yeah.
was like the short.
Spandex.
It was the what do they call them in basketball? The compression shorts.
Compression shorts.
Mhm.
Showing off hamstrings
Mhm.
and all types of glutes and all that type of
Yep.
stuff. And then you see Roschon, it wasn't the same thing. Now, I do agree that he's linear for sure.
Okay.
I do agree about that part. But there's no way you can see Tajay Spears do what he did today. Or Evan Hall do what he did today, and how smooth he was.
I think Eric Gray was better.
Even Eric Gray.
Mhm.
We didn't get a chance to see
have
Kenny
to go with
McIntosh because McIntosh got hurt, but he told me
Yeah,
he'll be good back tomorrow.
Yeah.
But it's when I look at all these other running backs, I'm like, the best part that I saw Roschon succeeding was blocking in pass pro.
Yeah.
In pass pro.
Yeah.
He did better.
He did good.
He did good compared to other running backs. So I want to see him.
Peoples.
Yeah, Peoples. But it's the
To each their own. We ain't hating on nobody's rankings.
right.
To each their own. Everybody likes different flavor ice cream. So it may be what it may be.
Hey,
but for us, I need to see a little more before he can climb. Because we were right there, right in front of the footwork drills. He didn't have very good drill. He was slipping, right? He was slow out of the comeback, going back the other way. Blocking, he was tight. He was good. A lot of runs. And I always said this. If this was a game, there would be a lot of runs that he did not escape. A lot of times, guys are just like touching him, and then they want him to finish the play, right? They kept hearing coaches finish the play. Well, the defense guy lets up on you, and then you go for 20. That makes you look good. In my eyes, don't make him look good.
I think what a lot of organizations believe they're getting is that, and then we live in a day and age where a lot of backs just don't carry the ball how they did back in the day.
Yeah.
As far as the totes, but I think a lot of teams are assuming in Roschon Johnson what they're getting is a guy that has the ability to carry the ball 20 plus times, 22 plus times. From what we've seen today, I'm not sure that's possible.
Right, but it is a small sample size. In one day.
Yeah.
Tomorrow could be a different story, right?
If we're just talking about one day, and the running back from Senior Bowl practices that could carry the ball 20 plus times,
2 guys.
Who?
Rodriguez.
He was slow.
He could carry it 20. He could carry it 20
carry
times.
20 times.
He may have 49 yards.
Thank you.
He can carry it 20
I
times.
think Greg could carry it 20.
Physically and Gray.
I think
Greg
Peoples
can
could
carry
carry it 20, but he was slow too.
Roschon never carried. No.
Peoples look like a
His
wide
freshman year,
receiver.
he wasn't-
People's looking more wide receivers. So.
And Johnson looks like a running back up
Up
here.
top, yeah.
But down
He
there.
look like a DB.
I don't know if Tajay
Hey.
Spears can carry the ball 20 times.
Tell me
But if
this.
Tajay
Sure.
Spears in a Mostert role, sky's the limit.
Yeah, I agree.
You give him screens, you let him get out of space. He just needs
He
to go.
can run the
He
ball
can just do
in
whatever.
the gut. He can run the gap. He can run between the hash. But I don't know at 204 if he can get 20 carries.
Hey,
But in a role you're going 50-50, he's going to excel.
I hate to say it, but the guy that didn't even get a chance to really ball out today, Kenny McIntosh, is probably my guy that I'm giving 20 carries to.
Yeah.
Him and I hate
You're
to
gonna,
say,
give,
I
you're
hate
gonna give him 20 carries. He couldn't get 20 carries this year. He couldn't get carries last 2 years.
you know the dogs. Come on, man.
What was his asset for the dogs?
You know the dogs.
These, right?
Even Sony,
These?
Sony Michelle and Nick Chubb and Todd Gurley and
Todd Gurley carried the rock. Nick Chubb carried the rock.
You want to go back to no?
Sony Michelle didn't really carry the rock.
You want to go back to no Sean?
No Sean Marino.
Even the best of the best have to wait their turn. So,
but McIntosh is Cook, right?
No,
the role.
No,
I see.
You talking about from pass catching?
Yeah. Because Zamir White was your back.
Yeah,
James Cook was your pass catcher.
Yeah, but Kenny McIntosh is a lot more physical than Cook.
Exactly.
But they don't give him the rushing. They didn't give him the rushing attempt to Georgia.
It's not because he can't do it though.
But if you notice what they did today,
yes,
they highlighted his receiving skills, right?
They did.
So we'll see what happens.
We'll see. Give me Evan Hall. I'm taking him to the bench.
That's it. I'm taking Tank and Hall. I'm with him. I'm with him.
Yeah, you can't go against those two guys.
Oh, what we like to say, do something nice you normally wouldn't do. You never know how you can affect somebody and change their life. And from us live at the Senior Bowl in Mobile, Alabama, where the sun is scorching, we send you off into your night. Be safe, stay wavy, peace and blessings. Until next time.
You guys got the whole shebang, the lights, stuff.